Thanks for joining us here at Functional Bliss, where Audra and Jessica will guide you through exercises and wellness techniques to help you live your best life every day. It's in the name after all, Functional Bliss. Before you do anything else, click like and subscribe and ring the bell so you'll know whenever we put up a new video. To join our Blissful Gang for live Zoom classes where you can get more direct suggestions and encouragement, go to our website and sign up. Check the class description below for any equipment needs, grab your gear, and let's get started.
Okay, welcome to class, and we are ready for our strength training workout today. We need a couple sets of dumbbells, and as an optional add-on, if you have one, a looping resistance band. So we're going to start with our normal warm-up this morning. Sitting forward in your chair, you can certainly do this standing as well. Swinging your arms side to side, waking your body up. Checking in. If it feels good. Up, down, look at the ankle up. And then coming back in the center, moving into our big side bend. Check in here with your shoulders. If you feel any crunching, any popping, make note of that. If it's painful, go ahead and, stop doing that. But as long as it's not painful, you can keep going. Just take a mental note to be a little gentle with some of our shoulder exercises today. All right, coming back to center, transitioning into our forward reaches. Reaching up nice, long, stretching our back, taking a little. More here. And then back to center. Start windshield wiper in those knees. I like to add a little twist here too. Keep the back moving. And that's up to you and how your back feeling today. If everything feels good, maybe bring those knees out a little wider. Windshield wiper a little more. Twist a little more. And then just to make sure our hips are all the way awake, we're going to do a couple quick hip openers on each side. And then switch to the other side. Beautiful. And then finishing off with popping the knees in and out, kicking the legs, rotating the wrists and the ankles, and then go the other way. And wiggle the fingers and toes. Got to make sure it grips the weight too, especially when we're holding dumbbell. All right, our first exercise today is going to be our dumbbell pass through. I like to use my heavier weight for this, but you use the weight that's right for you. You're going to bring your knee up, pass it under, and we go the other way. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Don't have to go super fast with this one. We're working our development here, not our cardio. So lift that knee as high as you can. And use a weight that you find challenging, but not one that you're going to risk dropping on your toe. You don't want it to be so challenging that you break a toe, because then you won't be able to do flat. 20 seconds to go. Almost there. And time. All right, from here, here. We're going to do a side-to-side dumbbell. You're going to want the dumbbell. Actually, I'm going to grab one of my heads. Let me grab the dumbbell. And you'll have one by one foot and one by the other foot. And you're going to pick that one up and swap it. You're going to go the other way, swapping it back. Nice flat back the whole time. We're going to really work our back, our arms, our legs a little, stretch our hamstrings, lots of good stuff going on here. Here we go. So pick it up, swap it around, and then go the other way. Make sure you're switching arms each time, which one leads. So you actually got to use your brain a little bit too. Remember which side is going. And if you do the same side twice in a row, it's not a big deal. Just make sure you do the other side next. "15 seconds to go. And time. Whew. Working our brain as well as our body today. All right, up next, we're gonna do hammer curls. Now, pick the weight that's right for you for this exercise. Might be heavier, might be maybe medium. That's what I'm gonna go with. Might even be light. If you want to increase the difficulty on this one though, if you're like, you know, I feel like I don't have a heavier weight, but I still could do a little more work, this is where we're going to take that looping band. You're going to put it right below your elbows. It's going to help you keep your elbows in nice and tight, but you're also pressing out away from it. And then from there, add that in, and you're really going to burn out your shoulders here. So you get your bicep and your shoulders involved. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Sitting up nice and tall. Slow and easy, especially if you're adding that looping band. Making sure everything feels safe and there's no pain. Just maybe it's a burn from the exercise. No stabbing, no pinching, tingling, zapping, none of that. Over halfway there. Whew, working the bicep and the shoulders at the same time. Double the work, double the fun, right? Almost there, 10 seconds to go. Keep breathing. And time. All right, now, again, you can add the looping band on this next one or not, but if you add it, you're gonna put it around your thighs, right above the knee, making sure it's not on the knee joint. And then we're just gonna take one weight here. We're gonna do a tricep extension, holding it up nice and steady behind us, lowering it down. But as we do that, we're gonna do an abduction to one side and then the other. That just means legs going away from the body, like that. All right, here we go. 1 minute on the clock. Let's do it. And again, choose the weight that's right for you. And if you feel like, you know, I started out with this weight, but I think it's actually not the weight I need, feel free to swap out at any time. Or maybe you're like, I'm gonna do super heavy, and 30 seconds in, you're like, okay, that's enough of that. You can do a swap whenever you need to. You're halfway done. Slow and steady. Keeping those elbows in as close to your head as you can. and still breathing. Almost there. Time. All right, give those arms a little shake. And then we're going to move into another shoulder exercise. We'll go heavy on the shoulders today, so be prepared. We're going to do a drive the bus into a chop. And we're going to do 30 seconds on each side. I'll tell you when to stop. You can leave that band around your legs and just keep pressing your feet into the floor and your knees against the band. That'll keep those leg muscles engaged the whole time too. All right, here we go. Drive the bus, working the small shoulder muscles. I like to do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then down to the side. Beautiful. Get the shoulders, core, legs. Lots of good work going on here. Switching directions now. Keep breathing. This is a tough one. And again, if you need to change your weight at any time, go for it. This extended out away from the body business, it's really tough. Almost there. Time. Beautiful. All right. We have one more. And again, you can leave that band right where it is. You can even put it down around your calves to work a slightly different set of leg muscles. Still pushing out into the band and pushing down into the floor, but it's going to engage the muscles in a different way. You're going to go for your lighter weights here. Trust me on this one. We're going to go into scarecrow position, and we're going to do 30 seconds of just bringing it in, and then we'll do 30 seconds of rotating it down. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Whatever lightweight means to you, start there. You can always increase. You can always, even if you're like, wow, I'm using my lightest weight and this is still really wearing me out, put the weights down. Do this one empty hand. It is an excellent shoulder mobility exercise with no weight at all. All right, switching to those shoulder rotations in 3, 2, 1, and switch. Now, if you did move that band down to your calves, try not to let your knees collapse down. It can be tempting to just let everything above the band fall in like that. Don't do it. Keep the legs, the glutes, the side glutes, especially on this one, engage. And you'll get a really good leg workout while you're sitting in your chair. Fine. Whew, okay. Feeling the shoulder burn on that one. All right, grab some water. That is the end of our first set. We still have 2 sets to go. All right, getting ready for that dumbbell pass through. Maybe give your arms a little swing, because like I said, that shoulder workout, we're killing it today. 1 minute on the clock with whatever weight is right for you for the dumbbell pass through. Here we go. Getting our core in here with that little crunch. Our hip flexors with lifting that knee nice and high. And our arms and shoulders holding on to that weight. Gotta love a full body exercise. Keep breathing. If you want to emphasize the core, focus on that crunch in, really sucking your belly button in towards your spine. Beautiful. 10 seconds to go. You got this. right, up next is that side-to-side dumbbell swap. This is the one where you got to use your noggin too. Make sure your space is clear. Bring your feet out nice and wide. One weight by each foot. And here we go. Beautiful. Switching which hand goes first each time. Because that hand's going to lift up and over while the other hand swings under. Keeping a nice flat back. You're over halfway there already. Less than 10 seconds to go. You got it. And time. Beautiful. All right, now we are on to those hammer curls. You choose banded or not. If you want to leave off the extra shoulder burn, since we're doing other shoulder exercises later, up to you. This is a judgment-free zone. I want you to do what's right for your body. I'm going to do one more set with the band. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. I should have got my weights closer. Hard to reach with those bands on. All right, here we go. Breathing. Sitting up nice and tall. Pushing out against the band, but not so far that your elbows are winged out. You want to keep them close to your ribs. Over halfway there already. Ten seconds to go. You got this. You can do anything for 10 seconds. And time. Excellent. All right, and again, banded or not, you can choose to leave that band off or move it to your thighs, right above the knees. And again, making sure your space is clear so you're not stubbing your toes, because that would be no fun. Grab the weight that's right for you for that tricep extension. All right, here we go. Sometimes I'll do this as a hip opener and lift that knee up nice and high. But that's not really what I'm going for today. I'm working the outer thigh here. The inner thigh by making sure my return in is nice and controlled, but mostly focusing on the outer thigh pulling against that band. If you just particularly love hip flexor work, you can do up and over. But like I said, I'm focusing on those abductor muscles on the outside of the leg here, which is why I'm not lifting the knee. We're almost done. Hopefully I distracted you from the tricep burn while giving you information about your exercise. And time. Go ahead and set that weight down. And then getting ready for drive the bus and chop, whatever weight is right for you. If you feel like the shoulder burn is getting too much, go down and weight. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Remember, we're doing 30 seconds on each side. I will tell you when to swap. So pushing against that band if you have it. And switch directions. Sitting up nice and tall. Slight bend in the elbows. Maybe more than slight. If your shoulders are really getting tired, you can bend those elbows more and focus on the chop. Up to you. But you're almost there. You got 5 seconds to go. And time. All right, moving that band down if you would like to. Grabbing the weights for your scarecrow exercise or no weights at all. Focus on shoulder mobility. 1 minute. Here we go. Bringing that elbow in front of the face. Band around the calf. Pushing the knees out. Keeping those side glutes engaged. Switching to the shoulder rotations in 2, 1, and switch. And again, at any time, change it up. Make it work for you. 10 seconds to go. Check in with your knees. If you're like me, you get distracted with the shoulders, they start to collapse in. And time. All right, that is the end of our second set. Give yourself a little pat on the back. Ooh, that was hard. Go ahead and get some water. Those shoulders a little, loosen everything up. And then we still have 1 set to go. All right, bringing it back in. Once again, check in with your space. No busted toes. Grabbing your weight for your dumbbell pass through. And here we go. Crunching in. Lifting the knee as high as you can. May not be as high as on your first set. Maybe higher now that you're loosened up. Up to you and what your body is feeling right in this moment. The key is as high as you can right now. Over halfway there. Seconds to go. You got it. And time. Taking a nice deep breath in and out. And then get set up for that side to side dumbbell swap. This one is like one of my favorite new exercises. I love this. I don't know. I just think it's a really great full body exercise. All right, here we go. You can do this one standing as well, but it's got a lot more of that lateral lunge action if you do it standing. So be prepared for that if you try it. I always encourage you to try exercises on your own. Play with them because you might find a body position that makes it absolutely the perfect exercise for you that I would never have thought of. It's always good to celebrate what your body can do. Have a little fun. 10 seconds to go. Keeping that nice flat back. Feeling the work through the back. And time. Whew. All right. Now, I'm going to finish my last set of hammer curls without the band because I'll tell you what, my shoulders are just about done for the day. So, knowing I still have 2 more shoulder exercises to go, we'll just wait. 1 minute. Here we go. I'm still going to use good form though. Keep my elbows in. Sit up nice and tall. And breathe. Halfway there. Now, if you're still doing the band, more power to you. Work those shoulders. They will be super sculpted if you keep that one in your rotation. 10 seconds to go. If you're like me and you're like, "Ooh, no, my shoulders are done. Lord have mercy." Absolutely, I'm there with you. Time. All right, next up we have that tricep extension with the band or without. Your legs might be done too. We've been putting a lot of work on those thigh muscles, so up to you. I'm still feeling good there, so I'm going to keep that band. But I am going to make sure that my space is clear so I don't stub my toes. 1 minute. Here we go. Nice and controlled. Elbows in. Try to go the same speed up and down. Halfway there. Ten seconds to go. You got it. Time. All right. Whatever weight is right for you. We're driving the bus. Might be no weight at all at this point. That's okay too. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. If you're still doing that band around your legs, check in, make sure your knees are still pushing out and you're pushing into your heels. Switching directions now. Drop into the other side. Getting a little more core work in with that chop. 15 seconds to go. Remember, you can always bring it in and just focus on the chop if you need to, but you're almost there. Time. Beautiful. All right. If you're still using the band and you want to bring it down to your calves, go ahead and adjust that. Grab those light weights or no weights at all. And here we go. One side and then the other. Pushing the knees out, keeping the legs nice and strong. I'm definitely feeling the burn in my legs from pushing against that band. It's a nice distraction from the burn in my shoulders right now. Almost done with these. Switching to the rotations in 3, 2, 1, and switch. Still sitting up nice and tall. Still breathing. 15 seconds to go. Making sure you're taking care of your shoulders. Set those weights down if you're feeling done. No rotator cuff injuries today. And time. Whew, all right. That is the end of our third set. Grab some more water. All we have left is our final stretch. All right. Making sure the floor in front of you is nice and clear. Sit up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in. And a loud sigh to let it out. One more. In. Sigh it out. And then on your next inhale, arms up overhead. Fold forward. Reach down towards the floor just for a moment. And then we're going to come up. About halfway, let those arms dangle nice and loose. Just little small circles. Massaging out those shoulders a little bit after the workout we gave them today. And then go the other direction with those little circles. And then roll all the way up. And roll those shoulders down and back 3 times. Nice big breath, arms up overhead. Reaching one hand towards the opposite foot. Put the other hand wherever feels right to you. I put it on my hip. And then sliding up that leg. Pull the knee up and in. Maybe bring the nose towards the knee if that feels good to you. And then set that leg down. Arms up overhead again. Taking the other hand, reaching towards the other foot. And again, nice stretch wherever feels good to you. Could be inside the foot, outside, on the shin, whatever's right for you. I don't care. And then sliding up the leg, pull that knee up and in. Toes to knee if that feels good for you. And then set it down. Rolling the shoulders forward 3 times. And then taking one arm, bringing it across the body. Nice little shoulder stretch here. And then little figure eights with your nose right in the center. Adding a nice little motion through your neck. Making sure you're not holding tension there. Because a lot of times after we exercise, we do that. One more breath here. And then bring your head back to stillness. And release. And go to the other side. Same thing. Nice little figure eight right in the center if that feels good to you. I like really small motions here, but if it feels good to you to do a little bigger, you can certainly do that as well. One more moment. And then release. Come back to center. From here, we're going to bring our legs out nice and wide, making sure our weights are out of the way. And we're going to do just a nice little forward fold with a flat back. So we stretch through our hips. And we're really focusing on the hips here. So keep that back as flat as you can. Take a deep breath. And then come up nice and slow. One more time. Leaning forward again. I like to support my weight on my knees with my hands, but if it feels good to you and you have the range, you can certainly reach down towards the floor as well, as long as you can keep that back nice and flat and focus on the hips here. Coming all the way up. Turning to the side, we're going to drop the knee down, stretch it down towards the floor. You might feel a stretch here in your side hip, that side glute that we worked, maybe even in the front of your quad. And if you want to make it a little more intense, reach up and over, adding a side bend in as well. You can certainly leave that part off if you're like, no, this is pretty intense already, I don't want to add any more. And release. Back through center, go to the other side. Dropping that knee down towards the floor. Feeling that stretch wherever you might be tight. And then if it feels good to you, add that side bend. Beautiful. And release. Back to center. And thank you so much for coming out to play today. I hope you got a good workout in. Join me for the next one. See you soon.